First day of practice, let's talk about the excitement of being back out here with the full team.
Well, it's always October 15th is a great day for basketball coaches because it's your first official practice, and it's changed a little bit for Division I, but for us, it's the first official practice, so you're excited. It's almost like Christmas morning.
You guys were picked third in the preseason Conference Bowl. Let's talk about that and the sense of coming off 3 straight regular season titles, and what motivation does that give you for the season?
Well, we said this when we were picked first, and this year we're picked third. The preseason polls really don't mean a whole lot other than who do you have returning. And in Division II, there's so much, unknown about recruits. There's not these recruiting analysts that are evaluating every kid to rank recruiting classes. Sometimes we don't even know kids that people sign. So those polls can be a little bit, misleading at times. For us, we want to be in the one spot, whether it's, at the end of the year, you want to be in the one spot for the tournament or the NCAA tournament. Getting to that level is really where we want to be.
This week you got a great opportunity with an exhibition game at Georgia.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the opportunity that you've had over the last few years to play Division I schools in exhibition games.
It's good because a lot of our kids know the Georgia kids. So it's a good exposure for us in multiple ways. I think it's great exposure for the university to see Valdosta State versus Georgia in anything. Obviously we're not going to play them in football, but you can play them in basketball or women's basketball or maybe even a baseball exhibition game. So for us to be able to do that for the university is what I like, because it could get our name out there. That helps us in recruiting, and it helps my guys because they'll know a lot of their players and have played against them in AAU, and they get to play against them, on their court in a big game. So it'll be fun.
Last question. Talk about Clay was named preseason all-conference. Talk about what that means for him, and as well as for the team to have the publicity of an all-conference athlete preseason.
Yeah, Clay has done so much for our program in the years that he's been here. I think he's earned a little bit of recognition from the other coaches, mainly because he's played well when we've competed against their teams. And I think that's what leads kids to be in first team all preseason, because you haven't had any stats your senior year like Clay. But what did you do against those coaches in the games last year, 2 years ago for Clay? And I think he's earned it. And so we're excited about that for Clay, but we're we over me, and Clay would be the same way. We want team championships.
Last thing, new team this season, some new faces. Just talk about what you've seen leading up to today's first practice with what you have for this season.
Sure. We're a little bit bigger, from 1 through 5 than maybe we've been in the past. I think we're a little bit more athletic. But again, I think that's going to be a feel for how we determine, our style. Are we going to still be fast? We know we will be, but how fast? How will we shoot the three? We lost some great three-point shooters in Bo and Winston, and Keyshawn and Des could shoot it. So it's always a new challenge. It's a new year. And I think as coaches, that's kind of what gets you excited and motivated, is that, hey, we lost some great players. Can you replicate what we've done? And I think we can. So we'll do our best, and we'll see where it all lays out at the end.
All right, first day of practice, talk about how exciting it is to be back out here.
Very excited for everybody. We got the new gear in, so everybody's excited about that. We know coaches are going to bring a lot of energy. We're expected to bring a lot of energy too. Getting ready for this Friday in the big matchup versus Georgia.
You guys were picked third in the GSC preseason poll. You guys have won a number of conference regular season titles over the last couple of years. Just talk about being picked third and what that means for motivation, stuff like that.
Winning the regular season championship 3 years in a row, 2 teams ranked above us. We know we lost some big pieces from last year, but that's just motivation. We know we got to take it one day at a time. We're just not starting practice for the first day, so we just got to compete against each other right now every day. Take each team as it comes and each game as it comes.
Game Friday against Georgia, an opportunity to play against a D1 opponent, an exhibition game. You've done that a few times recently. Talk about what it means to be able to go to a place like that and play.
It's really exciting. We have, like I said, one of the nicest facilities, I think, in D2 probably, but being able to go up there and compete against a team like Georgia, it's a win-win for us. It's a great experience for us, and it's going to let us see where we are as a team as the season comes along.